judges have used
the last day of the term for the Supreme Court, and Pam Bondi, AG, is now speaking about some decisions.
There are 94 federal judicial districts. 5 of those districts throughout this country held 35 of the nationwide injunctions. Think about that, 94 districts. And 35 out of the 40 opinions with nationwide injunctions came from 5 liberal districts in this country. No longer. No longer. These injunctions have blocked our policies from tariffs to military readiness to immigration to foreign affairs, fraud, abuse, and many other issues. The judges have tried to seize the executive branch's power, and they cannot do that. No longer. No longer. And on immigration, on a side note, today marks 2,711 arrests on these terrorists and these gangs. Total arrest today with HSI investigations. And thank you, Stephen Miller. Thank you to Homeland Security. Thank you to everyone working hand in hand with the FBI on all of these transnational gangs. TDA has been a huge terror to our country, as well as MS-13, as well as Sinaloa cartels. No longer. No longer. These injunctions have allowed district court judges to be emperors. They vetoed all of President Trump's power, and they cannot do that. This has been a bipartisan problem that has lasted 5 presidential terms, 5 different presidents, and it has ended today. We will continue to fight for President Trump's policies. I want to thank the Office of White House Counsel, Dave Warrington. You and your staff have been incredible. Our Solicitor General's office, John Sowers, Sarah Harris, and Todd Blanch and Emil Bovey. Todd's going to say a few words because we've had another major ruling today on transgender books and some other great wins that we've had. But no longer will they have this power in our country. It is the president's authority under his executive branch to do everything to fight for the American people, and he will continue to do that. That's why he was overwhelmingly elected. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, today's a great day for the rule of law. It's a great day for the Justice Department, and it's one that's been a long time coming, and one that every American should have been waiting for with bated breath. And so I echo what the President said, and Attorney General Bondi, that the Supreme Court did a great thing today, not only for this administration, but for every American in this country. If not for the injunctions case, we would be here talking about another great decision that came down today, the trans books case, which restores parents' rights to decide their child's education. Seems like a basic idea, but it took the Supreme Court to set the record straight, and we thank them for that. And now that ruling allows parents to opt out of dangerous trans ideology and make the decisions for their children that they believe is correct. And so we thank the Supreme Court for that. There's been multiple decisions over the past several weeks that just show why this nationwide injunction ban had to happen. For example, what I mean by that is local district court judges issuing decisions that are clearly contrary to law just because they don't like.
All right, you heard there from Washington. That was U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi reacting to the Supreme Court's decision today, blocking lower courts from issuing injunctions. They have long complained that these lower courts were blocking some of the president's and the administration's initiatives and preventing them from passing things that they think are part of their plan. So,
which could have some wide-reaching implications, the likes of which we don't know just yet.
That's right. That's right. So we'll be watching the situation there in Washington. Again, it's the last day of the Supreme Court's term, and so they're issuing a number of rulings there from the Supreme Court, and that being one of them, limiting the injunctions that lower courts can issue.
This morning, a divided Supreme Court rules this morning. Individual judges lack the authority to grant nationwide injunctions, but the decision leaves the fate of President Donald Trump's restrictions on birthright citizenship unclear. The nationwide injunctions ruling is a victory for President Trump, who has complained about individual judges throwing up obstacles to his agenda. But a conservative majority of the court has apparently left a nationwide block on the president's order to deny citizenship to U.S.-born children of people who are in this country illegally. The Supreme Court also delivered other rulings, including preserving a key part of the Affordable Care Act, which involves a volunteer board of medical experts tasked with recommending what services should be covered by private insurance. They're also this morning in Maryland, parents can now pull their kids from public school lessons that teach with LGBTQ+ books. And finally, the Supreme Court upheld the fee added to phone bills to provide phone and internet service to schools, libraries, and rural areas.